his shoes, well, I think it's a question.
Dino, you had your second scrimmage on Saturday. Just curious what you felt like improved from that first scrimmage to this scrimmage over the weekend.
The execution. We were hitting a lot better. It was a lot less plays, so the guys were a lot fresher, a lot sharper. And the effort was really close to game-like. It was a good scrimmage.
Was Garrett a full participant this past weekend?
Yeah, he scrimmaged the whole time.
So he'll be good to go for like an entire week 1 game?
Better be.
Dino, you're 3 weeks into camp. Do you feel like you have accomplished what you set out to at the beginning of the month?
I thought that today really kind of put a period on what we're trying to do. Today's practice was extremely physical, and those guys matched that. And hopefully the training room's not too filled up, and we don't have any owies that show up tomorrow. But I was really excited and proud the way they performed today in practice.
What do you feel like you've learned about this team that maybe you didn't know at the start of practice?
I think the biggest thing is how tough we're going to be, because this is a tough league, and it's a league for tough guys, and we've got to make sure we got enough of it.
The Quentin Allen switch from number 20 to number 1. Is there anything that goes into that they have to prove to get the single digit? Or
you got to prove to get a single digit. There's no doubt about it. One of the things that really impressed me with LeQuint last year was the way he played on special teams, how unselfish he was. He didn't talk about how many carries he got behind Tucker. He went out there and did a special teams job every day. And based off of how he played special teams and the way he performs in practice, which is at a high level, he deserves a single digit.
How does the defensive line depth compare to past seasons?
It's better. It's way better. I really think this is as deep as we've been in a long time. Now, you say that, and all of a sudden guys start dinging out, but that means getting hurt out. So let me clarify that. But the biggest thing is I really do think this is as deep as we've been on the D-line.
Sticking with that, I believe the first day we talked to you this fall, you said you would give us an evaluation of the team's overall depth at the end of camp. Would you say this is a deeper team than you've had in recent years?
Some of the guys we still don't know about because they're so new and they weren't with us in the spring. I know the D-line was with us. We really don't have anybody new that's on the D-line, and they really developed. Even though we lost some cats, they're really developed, and they're really challenging the offensive line every day to be better, because not only are they good in the first group, they're good in the second group, and they've got some guys standing out in the third. So the O-lines really had to come to practice every day to stay with these guys, and they're kind of growing up together. Big brother's growing up little brother.
how much does that depth change throughout the season? Not just like injuries, but with development as well, with players getting better.
You know, you can win and lose jobs in games. You may be the first one coming out of the camp, but you still have to play to a certain standard. And if you play to that standard, you get to stay. If you don't play to that standard, then you get replaced. That happens all the time on football teams.
Coming out of the first scrimmage, you mentioned the thing you wanted to see was cohesion in the offensive line. What do you come out of this scrimmage wanting to see over the next week?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we're just, again, trying to find out who those 7 guys are, 7, 8 guys are, and we think we're getting a good feel for it. We still have some guys with owies that haven't been involved that we think are good players. So, but again, just mix all those guys up until we can get them all healthy. And then we're going to put our best 5 on the field, whether it's game 1, game 5, or game 12.
Do you expect the guys with the owies to be back in time to be ready for game 1?
The only person that we've lost permanently so far is Steve Mahon.
What kind of opportunities does a player like Dino?
He gives us a lot of opportunities. We got to get him out here once again. He's been out now, and now we're trying to see exactly what he can do. And he had a good practice today as well.
Coach Yosuke Sagano, what have you seen from his development since he first came to your team?
Okay, now who did you just say?
I think I might have messed it up. Yosuke?
Yo? Yo's really, really improved. We're excited about Yo. Yo broke up the team a couple of days ago, and the whole team went crazy. They were saying something. I didn't know what they were saying. But we're all excited for him to be a member of our team, and we're excited that hopefully we'll get an opportunity somewhere where he can get in the game and get his own little following there in the dome.
Do you like where your kickers are at right now? 2 guys coming in there this year.
I really like my kickers. Right now they're MVPs. I think it's going to be one of our biggest differences. One kicks it really high and really far, and the other one kicks it up between the uprights.
With Jack, you kind of tell he's comes from a punting family.
There's no doubt. He's got some tutelage. and almost like an Iran day with his dad playing for the Dolphins. There's certain things that he does. Now, you still got to coach him. I mean, they don't have all the answers. They still need coaching, but there's no doubt he's got a fantastic base, really good foundation.
What went into picking Marlo Wags as a defensive captain?
That's the team. I have nothing to do with that. The team picks their 3 captains. Whoever gets the most votes gets the C.
Were you surprised that he was picked? Or?
No. He's really, really good, and he's really, really honest, and he practices the way he plays games. I mean, all things being right, he's going to be an NFL player.
Do you have an update on when the other 3 captains will be selected? Because you guys do 6 now, right?
That is correct.
Do you have an update on when those other 3 get voted?
That's going to be really soon.
Really soon?
Yes, ma'am.
Coach, a few years ago, you likened offers to Bambi. Have you started to see him grow some horns in training camp?
Like a stag. We better stop talking about Bambi because that's kind of a United States thing. We better start talking about mooses. That's a Canadian thing. I think he might be turning into a moose.
2 more for Coach, if anybody's got him.
Coach, what happened to Maui a few weeks ago with the Flyers? Is that something that you've been following, knowing your connections to that state?
I have been following that. One of my college teammates lost 2 businesses right there on the Lahaina, the main strip in Lahaina. So I know people out there. I know people who are on the other side, luckily. But that's really a travesty. That's hard. I know what that place looks like. I know what that banyan tree looks like. And it's an amazing thing. It's really a spooky thing. When you start hearing the stories from the people back there, I don't know. My whole thing is I go into coach mode. If that was to happen, what would I do? What would I do different? I'm not sure anybody had the information to make a good, sound decision based off of what was going on. I won't talk about it on camera, but I'll give you some details when we get out.
Josh Black just signed a deal with WWE. How cool is that for him? And there's quite a few SU guys that have ventured into the wrestling world over the past few years. What is it about SU guys that make them privy to that?
I don't know what it is about SU guys, but Josh Black, that fits him perfectly. And I'm going to say this. I bet you he'll be the most natural, unenhanced guy on the tour. I don't believe he'll do it. He'll have big muscles doing it all natural with nothing else. He is an amazing cat, and I expect big things from him. Big things from him. And if he ever starts making movies, I hope he puts me in one.
All right. Thanks, Coach.